once again class 10 CBSE. Today we are going to start our first lesson of chemistry along with the bio lessons. Okay, and the first lesson in chemistry is chemical reactions and equations. The first question is, what is chemical reactions? Chemical reactions. Lots of chemical process we are noticed around us. Simple examples are there. You take your food and food get digested. It means digestion of food. It is a chemical reaction. It is a chemical process. Okay, some iron utensils or iron gate, you saw it clearly. After the rainy season or in the presence of the moisture, it's some rust. You get some reddish substance on that. That is called the rust. That is a chemical reaction. Okay, you burn a candle. Candle get melt, some carbon is formed. That is a chemical reaction. You kept the milk without warming, especially in the summer season. The milk becomes curd. The curdling of the milk is also a chemical reaction. You cut the apple in the slices and kept on the table. After some time, the color of the apple get turned. It is somehow reddish in color. That is also a chemical reaction. So there are lots of changes we are observing around us as the chemical reaction. Then what is the chemical reaction? Actually, chemical reaction is the process that leads to chemical transformation. Transformation means conversion of one substance into another. That leads to chemical transformation of one set of chemical substance. It becomes turned one set of chemical into another set. Okay, hydrogen gas is there, oxygen gas is there, but when they combine together, they completely change or transform to form water. So what is a chemical reaction? It is the process that leads to the chemical transformation of one substance into another substance. Chemical reaction, it is the process that leads to the transformation of one or more substances into other substance or substances. The various examples are there. Let us consider, this is one test tube and this is another test tube. We are going to take two chemicals in it. One is called lead nitrate and another one is called potassium iodide. What we have to do, this is the one form of the chemical, we have to combine them together. Firstly, both these solutions are clear and colorless. Okay. What we have to do, we have to mix this substance together. This is the first substance that we call the lead nitrate. I am giving the name A and B. This is the A test tube. What we have to do, we have to pour the B solution of B test tube in this A test tube. What happens when these two chemicals mix together? Some yellow substance is formed here. Sometimes you experience in your home when you pour some lemon juice or vinegar in milk. What happens? You get two parts clearly in that milk. One is the solid part and one is the liquid part. The solid part, you are easily filtered it with the help of any filtration substance, cloth or chinna or anything. The substance you get on the cloth, paneer, or that is called the precipitate. So what all we get here? We get here yellow precipitate. we need. Okay, what we get here? We get here yellow precipitate. The yellow precipitate is formed, and this shows that chemical reaction occurs here. So what happened actually? As an example, we take it when, first example, when lead nitrate combines with potassium iodide, then yellow precipitate of lead iodide is formed along with potassium nitrate. One more way to write this, that is called the word equation. What is the way to write the word equation? Lead nitrate, it is in aqueous state, it is in the liquid state, combines with potassium iodide. Again, it is also in the aqueous state to give lead iodide and potassium nitrate. It is in the form of yellow precipitate. This is the chemical reaction. Some more reactions are there. Example number 2. You have to take magnesium ribbon. Okay, let us consider this is one strip of magnesium ribbon. Before performing the experiment, it is compulsory that you have to clean the surface of magnesium ribbon with the help of sandpaper. Why you have to clean the surface of magnesium ribbon? Because the surface get oxidized in the presence of oxygen, so the direct process is not going on. To hold this with the help of tongue, you have to hold this with the help of tongue, and with the help of burner you have to burn it. It burns with soothing flame. And what happened after burning? Some magnesium ash we get here. Magnesium ribbon gets converted into ash. So what happens actually in this process? When magnesium ribbon is burned in oxygen, it gets converted into magnesium oxide. What we have? We have the magnesium in the form of ribbon. What we have to do with it? We are going to burn it. That means it combines with oxygen. And when these two are combined together, what we get is the magnesium oxide in the form of ash. This is also a chemical reaction. There are lots of chemical reactions we are experienced in different places, different conditions. In the whole lesson, we have to experience lots of chemical reactions. Okay, but before that, we are going to move some characters of the chemical reaction. Characters means how can we identify the process that is going on is
a chemical reaction, and that character is called characteristic of chemical reaction. So we have some
next character
chemical reaction. Characteristics of chemical reaction. And what is the first characteristic? Let's define the characteristic of chemical reaction. What is the definition for this? The easily observable changes that we
the easily observable changes. Easily observable means you are able to identify it properly, which takes place as the result of chemical reaction, which take place as the result of chemical process. All these observable changes are actually the characteristic of chemical reaction. For example, change in state. We know that there are three physical states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. If solid get converted into liquid or liquid get converted into vapor, then it is called the change in state. The best example is burning of wax. Burning of wax or burning of candle. Candle is solid in state. It gets converted into, that is the vapor, it gets converted into water vapor and carbon dioxide. When we burn a candle, it gets converted into water vapor and carbon dioxide. The second is change in color. Change in color. As we see in our first equation, that is when lead nitrate combines with potassium iodide, we saw the yellow precipitate is formed. That yellow precipitate shows the characteristic, that is change in color. So what is the example? Or change of color of the apple. Okay, apple's color change of the color of the iron gate when rust is formed. That is the example for the change in color. Now third is right here, reaction with lead nitrate and potassium iodide. Potassium iodide. Okay. Now third is formation of precipitate. What is third? Is formation of precipitate. Precipitate. Same in the previous equation, we saw the yellow precipitate of lead iodide, that is the formation of precipitate or transformation of milk to paneer. Okay, conversion of milk to solid mass, that is called paneer. That is also the example of the formation of precipitate. Next is the evolution of gas. Evolution of gas. We are going to perform one experiment. Okay, what experiment is that? We are taking one conical flask. We have to put some dilute hydrochloric acid in it. Dilute hydrochloric acid in it. Okay, and then we have to put some zinc granule. zinc granule. We are going to close this with the help of a cork. Two substances we kept here, dilute hydrochloric acid and zinc granule. What happened? They are combined together, they perform some chemical reaction. Then how we get the information that chemical reaction is formed? We have two ways.
Evolution of gas, and second is the change in temperature. Okay, change in temperature. This is also the characteristic of chemical reaction. You have to touch this with your hand. You are feeling some warmness is there.
The temperature gets changed, the cold substance get converted into the hot substance. It means chemical reaction is going on. First thing. Second thing, you saw some bubbles are.
Yes. What happened here? Zinc granule
combines with dilute hydrochloric acid to form zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. Okay, if any gas is evolved during the process, that it means it is a chemical reaction. Change in temperature, a simple example, you are able to do it at home. Take one steel glass, okay, take little bit water in that, hold the glass like this, that you are able to touch the surface of water with your hand. Then you put some glucose in that water. You are able to feel the temperature change. It may become cool. It means the temperature changes there, some chemical reaction is going on, and that chemical reaction, glucose get dissolved in water. It is also a chemical reaction. So these are the 5 characteristics that shows that any chemical change or chemical reaction takes place. Change in the state of the substance, change in color of the substance, formation of precipitate, evolution of gas, and change in temperature. That's all for today. Rest for the next class.